Now that it's cozy season, it's time for some sweater weather shorties. Want to see how I made these? Just keep watching. I'm using a Praise Gel X Sculpted and they're square short because it fits the C curve of my natural nail the best. So starting off, we're going to apply some Model 1's base coat to all the nails. Actually, I had already prepped the nails by filing them and adding a non-acid primer to all of them prior to recording this video. Although a base coat may not be necessary, I find that it creates a smooth foundation for any type of nail art or design that I will be applying to these nails later. So once the base coat is applied, I did cure these in my nail lamp for 60 seconds. Now we're going in with the Model 1's Milky White. This is the color number. And I've tried a few different Milky Whites over the past few months, and I keep going back to this one because I find that it doesn't change color or turn somewhat yellow or oxidize in the nail lamp the way that some of the other Milky Whites do. It's funny because I had actually seen that on another YouTuber's channel, Nails Slayed by Val, but she was talking about a Milky White that works well for her because a lot of them seem to yellow, and I've been encountering that lately too. But this one has been tried and true. I probably should get another one because it just keeps its color. It's true to the color. It doesn't change, it doesn't fade, it doesn't turn yellow or anything like that. So this has been my favorite Milky White polish so far, and I have a few in my collection. You may notice that I'm just applying one coat of this Milky White, but I did apply a second coat off camera. And now that we're cured and out of the nail lamp, it's time to do the French tip. I'm using Madam Glam's Perfect White because it's super pigmented and I find it to be the perfect gel polish to use for nail designs. So I'm just applying a little bit to my palette, and I'm going to use this liner brush from Kiara Sky. This is their extra long, but I also have another liner brush that I got from Shein, and it's okay. So if you'll notice here, the thumb, ring, and pinky finger have the French tip. So I will be copying that on this other hand. So I'm not perfect at doing French tips, but I've been practicing a lot lately and I find that it's getting a little easier. If you do this A shape, the letter A shape along the perimeter and then kind of guide the color around, I find that to work the best. But you'll notice that I use different methods to do the French tip. And once I get the shape down, then I'll just fill it in with the liner brush, fill in the rest of the tip. Sorry, my camera went out of focus. I'm still figuring all this stuff out. There we go. So once the tip is filled in, then I go ahead and cure in the nail lamp for 30 seconds because Madam Glam polishes only need 30 seconds to cure, which is fantastic. Now I'm working on the ring finger, and as you can see, I'm not even doing that A shape at all. I'm just winging it. And it actually turned out okay. Although I do find myself going over the same lines a few times just to make sure that the shape is the way I want it. And then I will fill in. And this actually took longer for me to do than the thumbnail to cure in the lamp because it only needs 30 seconds. And I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I'll keep going over it and going over it and going over it until I like it. And now, one more time, the pinky. And again, I'm just kind of winging it at this point. But it actually turned out okay. And I guess it's from all the practice I've been doing. And it really is true when they say practice makes perfect. And these are not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. We'd be here all day if I was still trying to fix this French tip, but they actually look pretty good. So I just went with it. And here's how we're looking so far. The thumb, the ring finger, and the pinky have the French tip cured. So now I'm going to add this top coat. It's a top coat that doesn't have a sticky layer, and it has these like bluish mylar flakes in the top coat, and it kind of gives a bit of a sparkle effect, which I find to be really, really pretty. I got this from Temu actually, and I was pleasantly surprised at just how beautiful this top coat is, and it's great because it doesn't leave a sticky layer. So for the thumb, ring finger, and the pinky, those nails are done. But you'll see that I do add a different color of this mylar flake top coat. So you can kind of see it. The camera's picking it up a little bit. I'm telling you, they look so much cooler in person. And now we're gonna add the purple one. They're both just really beautiful. So now we're just gonna add the purple. And you might notice throughout this video that I'll apply a polish to the nail tip, and then I'll turn the whole thing around and go over all of the tips again in the opposite direction. I'm doing that on purpose because I don't like when you apply a polish, nail polish, gel polish, any kind of polish, and it starts to flood at the tip of the nail, and then there's a bit of like a bulge. And I'm trying to avoid any necessary filing because that would be the way to fix that. So I figure if I just turn everything around and wipe one more time with the gel brush, that I'll have a much even application. So now for the fun part, the sweater design. And I started to do it and wasn't happy with it, so wiped it off. And you'll see that it's just a series of lines that I will make down the center of the nail. And once I put all the lines in, then you'll see how I connect it with one diagonal line. And I actually learned this method from Natalie Mugridge. I love her channel. She's so creative. And that was just the easiest way to do it, because before you had to kind of swirl the brush around and potentially mess it up, but I find that this method is foolproof. And this liner brush is just long enough to make a straight line. Now to add these additional tick marks on the side, it just completes the sweater look. And although this looks pretty cool just the way it is, we gotta add some more glitter because who doesn't like glitter? So I'm using this white glitter that has the slightest bit of like a hollow shimmer in it, very slight, but it gives the nail the texture and it really brings out that sweater design. And that's how we're looking. So in the lamp it goes for 30 seconds because, again, it's Madam Glam. And then I just dust off the excess and that nail is complete. And we're going to do it again for the ring finger. I'm sorry, the middle finger, which I actually ended up doing off camera. So here I'm just dusting off the excess. And that pretty much concludes this tutorial. I just love the way these came out. They're so cute. They just look cozy. It's the perfect time of year for this. Sweater weather. So why not some sweater weather nails? So if you like this content, do all the things. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next video. Bye, guys.